Hey builders, Brick Ready up here with a custom Lego first for me, being my first figure I got from Phoenix Customs. That's a DC character. I've only ever gotten Marvel characters from them, so it's kind of cool to check out something like this, being the Robert Pattinson Batman, or as PCB called him, Vengeance. It's in their pretty typical plastic container here. It snaps open. You have the figure in a plastic bag, an extra head, and just a reseller exclusive. I think this might have been for Rex Mini-Bricks only. That's where I bought on the secondhand market. If you want to check out Phoenix Customs, there's their information there. And I'm very excited. Let's toss this figure on the stand and get a better look. And here's Robert Pattinson on the stand here. Kind of in the shine of the plastics. Looks really cool. Very leather-like, which is very fitting for the material that it should be. I'll say the plastic quality of the cape feels a little bit weird. It's a solid plastic piece. And it's connected to the shoulder pads, which is a bit of a bummer, so you can't just take it off and use a fabric cape instead. Nice detailing there on the side of the arms and also the legs. Noticing that the mask is a little loose, which is probably fine. You don't want it too tight because it could damage printing, especially for something like this where it has the face printed on a head like this underneath, on a black head. Where Lego tends to suffer a bit getting the color right, and it looks fine here. Liking the gray around the eyes, looking like the makeup he wears. Cheekbones look good too, and the mouth. And I think that's one of my favorite parts about this suit design overall. It's just the mask looks really good, especially for a movie version of the character. I'll just pop the cape off quick to get a better look at the torso and legs. And there's some very good printing on this. Nothing on the sides of the torso, nothing on the inside of the arms, so no wraparound on that, but you can see a lot of great straps. The little vam braces also look good. There's just a lot of fun little zippers and different suit lines, which look cool. Pouches, different canisters. So he's got a pretty stocked bat belt there. Logo's looking good too. And I think the gunmetal gray or silver, it's a very good color choice. I do like the look of that, and it definitely stands out against the black Batman suits that were in the Christian Bale movies, and even with like the gray, dark grays, like the Batfleck suits. I think this is just, it's a very good design, very big fan. Another great detailing, moving the legs, is that there is wraparound boot printing on the inside of the legs too, so very good look there. And other than what you see right here, there is another face. I'll throw that one on again with the cape. And just another great expression where you could have him fighting the Riddler, somebody. And I think one of my favorite things is just the cowl, and this looks really cool, having the black head transition between the mask and the fold in the cape, the like collar, I guess you would say. Very smooth, great transition, great part there. And overall, this is just such a cool figure. I really like the movie and the overall design of this version of Batman, so I had to get this figure when I saw it on sale. I'm going to compare it to the official Lego one now, and let's get on into the final verdict. Just to start off, here's the Phoenix Customs Batman next to the official Lego The Batman figure, and one that I upgraded from the official one to be more detailed with a resin printed mask or cowl. And it is pretty easy to say that this figure could have been better. Objectively, it's not a terrible figure. The print on the torso and legs is good. You know, it doesn't continue to the sides of the legs, unfortunately, which does throw the look off a bit. But switching out the arms for those Black Widow ones adds that extra little bit of detail that kind of ties the figure together, and just putting on that new cape to make it more accurate. But looking at the Phoenix Customs version, there were a lot of areas that definitely could have been improved on in the Lego version, obviously, but probably based on concept art. This one had a little bit more time to see trailers, to see maybe even the movie. I'm not sure when the design process would have been done for this, but you also can't beat the molded cowl there, having a nice shine, which also fits the leather look pretty well. You can get somewhat of an effect on the resin one when you use a glossy paint. And honestly, Inputbricks did a pretty good job on that design. I really enjoy that part. And for a long time, you know, this was the perfect version of the Batman for me, but having the option to get a more detailed Robert Pattinson, had to go for it. Moving on from just the comparison of the Batman figures, here is the Phoenix Customs version here compared to the rest of the Batman minifigures that Lego put out, and just in general, some different Lego-made movie villains. I think we can all agree that Lego has done a pretty good job for Batman movie characters. All of these figures are actually pretty great. You know, they do work with the concept art, so it kind of makes sense that their Batman minifigure might not be an exact replica from the movie, but honestly, what they put out was pretty accurate. I do really appreciate the new darker silver here. Adds a lot to the character and makes it stand out a little bit, you know, since a lot of the movie Batmans have been black or gray. Having something a bit more metallic is kind of interesting and different. And this figure, you know what, is very cool. Like I already said, cape plastic probably could feel a little bit more premium, but I really like the mask. Having it molded instead of 3D printed, it's just a much better upgrade. And I think this movie overall is going to keep growing in popularity. We're going to look back at it probably pretty close to how we look at The Dark Knight, maybe even more than that, depending on how this franchise goes in the future. I'm hoping that they make more of these movies, but with the writer's strike, who knows? It could be several years. And even with the TV show for the Penguin, I'd love to see the Batman show up in that, or even just other Batman Rogues Gallery characters. I'd love to see what they do with someone that's a little bit more superpowered. I know they're talking about Clayface being in the next Batman movie, so just seeing more crazy characters would be great. You know, the Riddler design was pretty unique, and I like the take on that. And even looking at the Dark Knight characters here, I think the Scarecrow as well as the Joker both had pretty good designs. Not a hot take or anything there. And this is a cool figure. If you have the money for it and you're interested in a more expensive premium figure, I would definitely go with this. If you want to see more custom Lego superhero videos or any other Lego videos, check out all the other ones on my channel. I've been Brick Radiop. I'll see you in the next video.